Do you ever feel like you're just guessing with your money? You want to have better control, but you're making decisions based on feelings, habits, or just a rough idea of what's in your bank account. Here's the big problem with that: you can't improve what you don't measure. Think about it. Successful companies use data to boost profits and cut risks. Why not apply that same powerful, data-driven thinking to your own personal finances? This is what data-driven personal finance is all about. And don't worry, it's not about complicated spreadsheets or needing to be a software genius. It's simply about using the evidence from your own financial behavior to make smarter decisions. Every single time you spend, save, or earn money, you're creating data. Your income, your expenses, your savings, debts, subscriptions, and even the timing of your spending. It's all valuable information, but most of us either ignore it or never really look at it closely. So, how do you start making data-driven decisions? It all begins with awareness. The very first step is to collect your financial data accurately. This means listing out all your monthly income sources, tracking your fixed and variable expenses, knowing your savings and investment balances, and understanding your debt obligations. Without accurate data, you're just making assumptions, and trust me, financial assumptions can be incredibly expensive. Once you have the data, the second step is to organize it. You need to categorize your numbers in a way that answers real-world questions. Questions like, where is my money actually going each month? Which of these expenses are truly necessary, and which ones are just wants? How consistent are my income and my spending habits? This structure is what turns a bunch of raw numbers into information you can actually use. Now for the fun part: analysis. This is where the real optimization begins. By looking at trends over time, you can start to see things you never noticed before. You'll identify spending habits that are quietly draining your bank account. You'll spot which months your expenses always seem to spike. And you'll discover amazing opportunities to increase your savings without having to sacrifice your quality of life. For example, a lot of people think they just don't earn enough to save money. But when they look at the data, they often find the real problem isn't their income, it's small and notice spending leaks that add up over time. Another huge benefit is evaluating your decisions before you make them, instead of just asking, can I afford this right now? Data lets you ask a much better question: how will this decision affect my finances over the next 6 months or the next year? This simple shift helps you avoid emotional, impulsive purchases that you might regret later. Data-driven finance also supercharges your goals. The goal without data is just a wish, but a goal backed by data becomes measurable, realistic, and achievable. Whether your goal is to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, or grow your investments, tracking your progress with real numbers creates discipline and keeps you focused. But it's important to remember that data doesn't replace your judgment, it supports it. Life is unpredictable, emergencies happen, and your priorities can change. Data gives you the clarity you need to adjust your plans without completely losing control of your finances. A quick word of warning, though: having more data doesn't automatically lead to better decisions. If you interpret it incorrectly, it can give you a false sense of confidence. That's why simplicity is key. Don't get lost in the details. Focus on the big picture. Look for trends, not perfection. Celebrate your progress. Don't get bogged down in complexity. And remember, the goal is to make better decisions, not just to track numbers for the sake of it. So, to wrap it all up, data-driven personal finance simply means using your own financial history as evidence. It's about replacing guesswork with real insight. It's about making choices based on patterns and their long-term impact. This approach gives you more control, more discipline, and leads to much better outcomes. You don't need a crystal ball to predict the future. You just need to understand your present situation clearly. When you do that, better financial decisions will follow naturally. Because at the end of the day, personal finance isn't just about how much you earn. It's about how well you understand and manage your own information. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and subscribe for more tips on mastering your money. See you in the next one.